Spacey Sims, and we are back with more of the amazing Shinsengumi, and we are just going to continue Nagakura's route. So we are in chapter 3? I don't know, we're at like ability 35%. I don't know what chapter we're in. I forgot. Did we start chapter 4? I might have started chapter 4. I don't even remember. I clicked, like, I went in load, click it, and I'm like, where the hell? Wait, I'm like, wow, I don't even know. But anyway, we're continuing where we left off. We won't get our ending in this part, but whatever. A few weeks had passed since I'd started living at the base with Shinpachi. I think we just started chapter 4. I was now used to living there, and little by little I learned about the Shinsengumi. One day, I met Shinpachi in the hallway as he was about to leave. Hey, are you about to go on patrol? Yeah, I should be back before supper, so I'm looking forward to eating your dinner. Okay, got it. Then I'll make your favorite dish, Shinpachi. Yeah, that'd be great. That means I need to finish up fast, so I can come home early. What do you feel like eating? Let me see. It's so tough to pick. Everything you make is so delicious. Thanks. I'm glad you feel that way. I'll make anything you want. I'll put all my effort into making it. Then I want rice balls. What? Rice balls? Yeah, I want to eat your handmade rice balls. Okay, but are you sure you're fine with such a simple dinner? Of course. I love rice balls after all. I mean, it's like the cook puts her feelings into it when she makes it. Love is the best spice when cooking. Got it. Then I'll make some rice balls for you. Alright, thanks. Having something to look forward to changes my outlook when going out to work. Shinpachi was so happy he'd be able to eat rice balls for dinner. He looked very satisfied and smiled. When I saw him like that, I was overjoyed and smiled with him. I was lying in bed in my room, and I let out a heavy sigh. A few hours had passed since Shinpachi had left on his night patrol. However, he still hadn't come back. I wonder what happened. Is he okay? He was so happy to have rice balls for dinner. I thought about Shinpachi's smile when he was looking forward to dinner. I felt lonely and became sad. I was worried something had happened to Shinpachi. I couldn't sleep. My worries became stronger when I heard an uproar coming from outside of the Shinsengumi base. I had a bad feeling and got out of bed. People were now making a commotion within the base as well. This is bad. I'm so worried I can't sleep. I quickly changed it on my pajamas and into a kimono. I left my room and ran into the hallway. When I went out into the hallway, I saw multiple soldiers running around the base. It looked as if they were searching for something in a hurry. I was trying to keep my anxiety in as I looked at all the commotion. Then I heard a familiar voice. Spacey? Sanosuke. Sanosuke wasn't his usual bright and cheery self. Looking distraught, Sanosuke came toward me. Where's Shinpachi? Has the second corps come back yet? They haven't come back yet. Captain Kondo hasn't come back either. That means... Sanosuke started talking to himself, but he quickly turned around and tried to leave. Did something happen? Unable to contain my words, I called out to Sanosuke. Sanosuke stopped and turned around. Oh. Ikedaya? Ikedaya? Is that the Ikeda Inn? Is that what it... Yeah, well... Ya is usually like a shop, right? Because Honya is like a bookstore. So... And it was the Ikeda Inn, right? Wasn't that what it was? Maybe, I don't know. Well, I'm just... I cannot help comparing this to Hakuoki and like break... you know what? This is bad. Anyway, Captain Kondo and Shinpachi are at Ikedaya, fighting with the anti-foreigner group. What? Toshizo and I are going too as backup. Sorry to be so abrupt, but I'll tell you more about it when I get back. Saying that, Sanosuke was about to leave again, but I grabbed his arm without thinking. Girl, don't you go. Spacey? Sanosuke, please, take me with you. Oh, girl, no. What? What are you saying? It's too dangerous. I can't allow you to go. I can't do his voice. Like, I can't do the, like, flirty whore voice. Well, first of all, at all. But, like, second of all, like, when he's trying to be serious. I don't know. I can bandage people's wounds if you bring me. I swear I'll be useful. Oh, I mean, okay. Yeah, that's not a bad point. I became desperate and begged Sanosuke to let me go with him. Let me just go this once. Please take me with you to Ikedaya. Ikeda. Yeah, or Ikeda, yeah. It could be Ikeda, yeah. Whatever. I don't know. I don't know. Like, I'm just assuming, but if you, that would be the type of store, but would you say that as if it was like an inn? I don't know. Look, I don't know. I couldn't quietly wait at the base when Shinpachi's life might have been in danger. However, Sanosuke slowly shook his head left and right. Absolutely not. I can't put you in that kind of danger. Try and understand. No, please. I couldn't help but feel sad knowing I couldn't be at Shinpachi's side. Tears started to fall from my eyes. Sanosuke, you won't take me no matter what? Spacey. Okay, tell me why you want to go to Ikedaya. Ikedaya? I don't know. Damn it. The reason I want to go is because I want to help the injured people. I'm worried about Shinpachi. That's the honest answer. Well, I mean, we can help people, but our primary reason is we're worried about him. Anyway, I'm worried about Shinpachi. I want to be by his side. I told him my true feelings. Sanosuke uncomfortably smiled after hearing my words. He's like, oh, I was hoping you missed me. Young women are always stubborn in times like these. After saying that, Sanosuke stared straight into my eyes. Spacey, you want to go for Shinpachi's sake, right? I nodded after hearing Sanosuke's question. Yes? He stayed silent and stared at me for a while, but then he finally spoke. Fine, you win. I'll take you with me to... Is it Ikedaya or Ikedaya? I don't know. God damn it. Really? Yeah, I can't say no to a young woman's request, especially yours, Spacey. Sanosuke chuckled a bit after saying that. His face quickly changed to a serious expression, and he looked me straight in the eyes. Just promise me you won't do anything dangerous, and don't jump into the middle of a battle. Okay, I promise I won't do that. Oh, we're gonna fucking do it, aren't we? Alright then, let's go. Okay. And so, I went with Sanosuke to Ikedaya, where Shinpachi was fighting. Look, I don't know how to say it, okay. I'm not sure which way it is, where the emphasis goes. It might... You know, but whatever. Shinpachi, please be safe. Sanosuke and I ran to... Ikedaya? God damn it, I hate that. Stop saying it, because I can't figure out where the emphasis goes. We finally arrived. We saw Shinsengumi soldiers fighting other samurai in front of Ikedaya. Ikedaya? I'm just gonna say it both ways. Ikedaya. It's gonna be both. I saw Shinpachi within the intense battle. Shinpachi! At the same time I called out Shinpachi's name, he killed one of the enemy's samurai. I mean, the man's in the middle of a heated battle, maybe don't call his name. Ugh! The samurai Shinpachi had dealt a deadly blow to slowly fell to the floor. Then Shinpachi suddenly looked in my direction. Spacey, what are you doing here? Shinpachi... Sanosuke, why did you bring her here? It was a side of Shinpachi I had never seen before. He started to yell at Sanosuke with a frightful, serious face. You're an idiot! What were you thinking bringing a woman here? I asked him to bring me. Please don't blame him. Shinpachi was about to grab Sanosuke's collar, but I stood in between them. I couldn't stand the thought of waiting while you were out here fighting. I was so worried bring me here. I was so worried bring. Worried bring is a new word too. There's a lot. We're learning a lot of new words. New English words. And I don't mean because they're like, wow, that's a fancy word. I mean like because they're making new ones for us. What the fuck? I'm guessing it's supposed to be, I was so worried I made him bring me here. You know what's really weird? I was so worried bring me here. Oddly enough, you're like, that is the word. No, but you get exactly what she's trying to say this time. As for a failed translation, but you know exactly what they're saying. I was so worried I made him bring me here because that's exactly what happened. There are other games where the translation happens and you're like, I should know what the fuck they're saying. There's a bunch of English words, but none of it makes any sense. It's like, it's kind of impressive when you get something like that is such a fail, but you're like, no, but I 100% get what you're saying. What the English is so fucking weird. Anyway, Spacey. I'm not sure if I'll be of much help, but I can at least help the wounded soldiers. Please don't send me back. Let me be by your side. If something were to happen to you, I even surprised myself as I let my feelings pour out. If you even sense the slightest amount of danger, Don't mind us and run away, got it? As he instructed me with a serious look on his face, I told him, I understand. I understand. If I sense any kind of danger, I'll run away no matter the situation. I thought she was going to be like, I'll never leave you. He's like, stupid, run! All right. Shinpachi whispered his words and patted me on the head. We are at 41%. We're doing good. I feel like we're doing good at this point. He pulled himself together and turned to Sanosuke. Sanosuke, if anything happens, protect Spacey. Roger. Shinpachi and Sanosuke nodded in unison as if they were on the same wavelength, and he's like, and don't worry. If you die, I'll totally take over being her boyfriend. Soon after, Shinpachi ran inside Ikedaya. It's both. Shinpachi! Girl! I unconsciously tried to go after him, but Sanosuke grabbed my wrist at once. You can't follow him. Yes, I know. I was on the brink of being crushed by my own worries. I put my hand on my chest to keep calm. If something were to happen to you, Shinpachi would kill me. If you want to do something for him, then go somewhere safe and pray for his safe return. Okay. Sanosuke took me to a safe place, and I watched the battle continue at Ikeda. Because it's the Ikeda Inn, right? Ikeda, yeah. Ikeda Inn. Yeah. Ikeda. Yeah. Like 2 words. Let's make it 2 words. I don't know. I saw some familiar soldiers crossing blades with the anti-foreigner samurai, right? Because wasn't that, I mean, when they went to the end of, was that what it was? Because wasn't that like, wasn't that, I'm just trying, look, it's been so long and like so much of that just went in my head and out, but anyway. Their cold stares indicated that they were putting their lives on the line in battle. Even at this moment, I wanted to rush into Ikeda because I was so worried about Shinpachi. How much time has passed? Had it been a long time or a short time? It's been like 4 minutes. Not even. I could no longer comprehend the passage of time. I feel like it's been so long. How long has it been? Has it been a while? It's been like 6 seconds. The only thing I could do was watch the battle before me. However, suddenly the once noisy Ikeda became completely silent. I mean, Ikeda. Yeah, I got that, but I just don't know where the emphasis goes. I held my breath and watched. I want to make the assumption that it's Ikedaya, because the Ikeda Inn, and then, like I said, ya is usually, like, Honya is bookstore. So, but would you have added that at the end of an inn? I don't know. Look, I don't know. Now I want to Google it and find out. I don't know. Anyway, I held my breath and watched. Shinpachi came out of Ikedaya holding one of the enemy samurai he apprehended. I looked closer and noticed Shinpachi was covered in blood. Shinpachi! I caught some of the anti-foreigners. He called to the other Shinsengumi soldiers outside. However, while he did that, Shinpachi fell to the ground. Shinpachi! Sanosuke and I ran to Shinpachi in a panic. Shinpachi, are you okay? Shinpachi! If we have to say his name one more fucking time, that's the only thing that drives me really bonkers about this game. I'm glad it's short. You know, I'm not gonna lie. Because it's not the most thrilling. It's really not. It's not bad, but it's not the most thrilling. But it's... what makes it bearable is the fact that it only takes like 4 hours to get through a part. But I really hate... Shinpachi fell to the ground. Shinpachi was covered in blood. Shinpachi did... oh my god! Could you just stop? It just drives me bonkers. It sounds so weird. In response to our calls, Shinpachi let out a soft moan. Ugh. His arms and shoulders were injured. I'm really surprised it wasn't like Shinpachi's arms and Shinpachi's shoulders were Shinpachi injured. His jacket was soaked in his own blood as well as the blood of his enemies. Sanosuke, take the enemy soldiers I apprehended. Roger. In Shinpachi's stead, Sanosuke took the enemy soldiers away. Shinpachi let out a painful groan. I decided to take his hand, talk to him, take his hand. Shinpachi, are you okay? I think that went up. I took his hand and held onto it. Yeah, I'm okay. Sorry for making you worry. I mean, you're bleeding to death, but like, whatever. To ease my worries, he smiled as best he could. Like, what a good boy trying. Sweat dripped down from his forehead. I'm sure he was trying to endure his pain. I have to treat your wounds quickly. Let's go back to the base. Nevertheless, Shinpachi shook his head left and right. Oh, God. No, I can't go back yet. Why? If I don't treat your wound soon... No, It's dangerous to go back now. There's a chance the anti-foreigners will hear about this and attack the Shinsengumi. It's best if we don't go back until daybreak. Even though we finally caught them, the tables could turn on us at any second. But then your injuries... these wounds aren't deep. I'm more worried about Soji and Heisuke. Shinpachi... I was moved at how Shinpachi, prioritized worrying about the Shinsengumi and his comrades rather than himself. Shinpachi's always thinking about others. He has such a warm and loving heart. If he won't worry about himself, then I want to worry about him in his stead. I stared deeply at Shinpachi as I thought that. He noticed my gaze and without warning, gently smiled at me. What's wrong? You don't have to look so worried. I'm fine, really. Are you sure? Yeah, I'm sure. More importantly, how are you doing? I'm sure you were scared. I answered. I was. I think we should admit it. Yeah, okay, good. Yeah, I was scared. I nodded as I answered him. Like, I wasn't scared. I didn't even, no, I was petrified. I was crossing my fingers hoping you'd be fine, but I was afraid you were going to die. I wouldn't know what to do if something bad had happened. That's all I could think about. Spacey. Shinpachi suddenly looked disappointed and sighed. What's wrong? I was just thinking, I wanted to eat them. Huh? The right spells you made. I really want to eat them now. Shinpachi, even though he's covered in wounds, even though he's covered in blood, Shinpachi smiled to keep me from worrying. Even if it's only a little bit, Shinpachi doesn't want me to worry, nor does he want me to start thinking negatively. He's more worried about me than himself. Thinking about how kind he was, my chest got hot and started to tighten. In that moment, without thinking, I hugged Shinpachi. Whoa! He was shocked, but he rubbed his hand on my back. Hey, what's wrong? As he looked at me with distress in his eyes, I replied, I want to stay like this. Bitch, we so good! We so good! We're so much better in this one than we were in frickin' Saito's route. Anyway, I want to stay like this. Is that okay? I sunk my head into his chest. Yeah, that's fine with me. Actually, I want to stay like this. Shinpachi started to hug me in return. I felt his affection from his gentle warmth. Oh god, I can't keep my feelings in anymore. Oh god, are we getting to sexy time now? God, didn't it happen pretty soon on? Wow. Oh god. Brace yourself, Spacey, because we're going to end up reading it in this part anyway, because we only have 2 chapters left. And then there's 7 chapters and then the ending. 7? Well, we're going to get through most of it. The next part will probably be short, but unless there's a super long chapter. Just as Shinpachi had worried, the anti-foreigners led a surprise attack on the Shinsengumi. We didn't return to the base until dawn. As soon as we got back to the base, I was able to treat Shinpachi's wounds. I was finally able to ease up a bit. I immediately grabbed the medicine box and started to treat his wounds. I'm going to apply some medicine to your wounds. It might sting a little. I warily put the medicine on Shinpachi's injuries. It stings! What did I fucking just say? Shinpachi became a little teary-eyed, but he laid there silently enduring the pain. Oh, it stings! I fucking told... It might sting a little. Ah, what the fuck? What does it sting? Smack, idiot! What did I just say? It's like every single time. It's not as bad as whatever you do, don't run into dark alleys. Okay, promptly runs into dark alley. I mean, I'm really glad you came. I've never had my injuries treated properly until you came along. Thanks a lot. Really? Seriously? That's because you don't have Yamazaki in this game. He'd be treating your shit. Shinpachi said it so earnestly. I was a bit embarrassed. I'm happy to hear that. I smiled at him and he smiled at me in return. Still, I'm so glad you're safe. Although he was injured, I was relieved once again that Shinpachi was safe and sound. I've never seen such an intense battle before in my life. I was so worried. Yeah, at one point I thought I was gonna die. But this was the first time I thought I couldn't let myself die. Huh? Why? I wonder. I can't say it right now. He's like, I can't, what, nothing? What? I can't say it right now. I'm gonna say it later, when he makes sweet, sweet love to us. Good lord, I can't believe I have to read that. It sounded meaningful, but I could see a bit of sadness in his face as he said those words. More importantly, when I saw you at Ikedaya, I thought my heart was gonna stop beating. Ikeda, yeah. Ikeda. Yeah, I think that's what I want to go with. But I can't say it right for some reason, because now my brain doesn't know which way to do it, and I read it wrong each time. I'm sorry. I was lost in my own worries then. Well, looking back, it's all fine now. You have to promise me you won't ever do anything like that again, okay? If you do that over and over, my heart's gonna fail on me. That time, if something were to happen to me, you'd worry, right? Yeah. It's the same with me. If something ever happened to you, I'd... Shinpachi? Promise me you won't do anything crazy like that ever again. You can promise me that much, right? Shinpachi looked me deep into my eyes and I promise. Okay, I promise. Damn, yeah. I told him. Thank you. I mean, we got points. I don't know if we got all the points. Maybe the other one was worth 3 and this one was... I don't know. He looked relieved and started to smile. Well, to tell you the truth, I'm happy to hear that. When you worried about me, and when you came to my side, Shinpachi looked into my eyes. His eyes were warm and straightforward. I couldn't look away. As he stared at me, my heart beat faster. Then I remembered I was in the middle of treating his wound. Oh, sorry, I haven't finished patching you up. I started to treat Shinpachi's wounds again to hide my increased heart rate. My heart wouldn't stop pounding because I could feel his eyes on me. I finished putting bandages on him and glanced over to Shinpachi. He was staring straight at me. Hey. Yeah? Up until now, I was too embarrassed to ask, but... You don't mind me calling you by your first name, right? Huh? I mean, I was just thinking maybe you had a nickname you preferred or something. We live in the same house, so that means we're like family. I don't want to call you something you don't like. Yeah. Oh, well, that was just a thought. I just want to make you feel comfortable while you're here. I mean, I call you by your first name, whether you like it or not. Shinpachi looked embarrassed as he looked away from me. His cheeks looked pink. Do you have like a pet name you want like a lover to call you or something? Because I could call you that. What? Nothing. You can call me whatever you like as well. I already do, but thanks, that's awesome. How does that sound? I want you to call my name. Just kidding. Okay, I want you to call me by my name. That would make me happy. Hasn't he been calling me Spacey the whole time? Haven't they all been calling me Spacey the whole time? Like, I don't know, anyway. Okay, I'll continue calling you Spacey. Like, you've been calling me that from the beginning. It's a little weird. It's like, hey, Spacey, Spacey, Spacey. Wait, 3 years later. Do you mind that I call you that? I hate it. Stop it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, please don't. It's too late now, motherfucker. Like, it's been like a week or two, but whatever. Although he was embarrassed, Shinpachi looked happily and laughed while he spoke. I see. And then you can call me whatever you like. Huh? Are you sure? Okay, Nagakura. That makes me feel more comfortable. That's what he was in Hakuoki. I'm just used to that. Yeah, call me anything you'd like. Okay then, I will. Lover. Great. It's a little embarrassing, but I'm glad we can be comfortable with each other. I couldn't tell if Shinpachi was embarrassed, but he looked satisfied and started laughing. On this day, we settled to continue calling each other by our first names. I don't know why we had to have that conversation since we've been doing it, but like... A few days passed, and Captain Kondo issued new orders. Everyone who was injured during the Ikeda incident was to rest for a few days. Shinpachi was one of the people affected, so he stayed at the base resting for a few days. Even though he was at the base, I didn't see him around very much. Where did he go? If I rest too long, my body will become weak. He did say that. I wonder if he's off training by himself. As I was thinking that, I saw Shinpachi come back into the base. Shinpachi, where have you been? Hey, Spacey. I just went into town. You went into town? You almost never go there. Well, you know, sometimes a change of pace is good. Did he buy us snacks, too? More importantly, can you sit right there? He pointed at the porch inside the base. I did as he said and sat down on the porch. Shinpachi suddenly kneeled down and touched my feet. What? What? In shock, I watched as he took off my shoe, and did he buy me new sandals? Because my other one broke and we never got a new one? In its place, he put on a brand new pair. These are... You remember when your sandal strap broke? I kept thinking how they still must have been broken. If you'd like, wear these instead. That is so sweet, he bought us new shoes. Alright, you're not my favorite. Like, you've never been, even in... Like, you're a cool bro, but, like, you just won points in my heart for buying me shoes. I just, like... That's, like... Shoes really are, like, a little key to one of the million locks in my heart, I'm just saying. Are you sure? Of course. I want you to wear them. Shinpachi had a refreshing smile on his face, and my heart throbbed after seeing it. Shinpachi, you did all this for me. Even though I received new shoes from Shinpachi, there was no reason I hesitated to put them on. Thank you so much, Shinpachi. I'm really happy. But I want to wear my old sandals a bit longer. What? Why? The strap is broken and the only thing holding them together is my handkerchief. Yeah, that's why I want to wear them. Huh? Those sandals stand as a sign of your kindness. The handkerchief you used to replace the strap holds special meaning for me. That's why I want to wear my old ones a bit longer. Actually, you know what? I feel like would have been cute. It's like, okay, yeah, no, I'm going to put these away. Like, yeah, no, I'll get rid of them. And then you put them somewhere, and then someday he comes in and he's like, what are your old sandals doing on the shelf? It's just because I want to keep them as a memento of how sweet and nice you were that one time. And he's like, well, I mean, like, not like he's not going to be ever sweet and nice again, but you know what I mean? Like that, it was like that first time, that first real instance, and he's like, you kept them all these years? It would be so cute. Like, you secretly hid these? Yeah. Aw. Spacey. That's just like you to do something like that. I'm glad you feel that way about it. Okay, it's settled. You'll wear your old ones a little longer and the new ones later on. Yep. I smiled and nodded, looking satisfied. Shinpachi smiled at me in return. After seeing his smile, my heart beat faster, though sometimes the romance... Ta-da! It sounds like fucking wedding music. You're like, wait, what, are we in a church? What's happening? Every time I see him smile, I feel so happy. I have it turned down really low, because it gets, like, really overbearing sometimes. But, like, I can hear the ta-da! The weird, like, organ going on, like, whatever it is. I'm more attracted to Shinpachi as each new day passes. This must be... I was staring at Shinpachi's smile and realizing my own feelings when... Falling in love isn't allowed! What? Oh. Okay, I wasn't sure who said it. I should know at this point if it's a bitchy fucking comment, it's Okita. Why? And... Anyway. I didn't notice him until now, but Soji was standing close by, staring at us. Soji... Hey, Soji. Shouldn't you be sleeping? I'll be fine. I need to move my body around now and then. Otherwise, I would die. Insert some kind of comment or joke or jab at the fact that in Hakuoki you had tuberculosis and were basically on your deathbed the entire fucking time. So, yeah, I'm just saying. I heard Soji fell ill after the Ikedaya incident and was taken off frontline duty. See? Okay! They did it in this one too! They're like, he fell ill. Oh, so you are dead. I'll kill you. Like to see you try, bitch. Keep saying it. One of these days, motherfucker. I love him though, but he's a bitch. I think what I loved about him in Hakuoki was that he was such a fucking asshole. Like, I'll fucking kill you. And just, it was like, yeah, you could try. Hacking yeah, you just keep hacking up a lung over there. You know. So it was like, he could be an asshole to you, but you could just be a big-ass asshole right back, so. Anyway. Since then, he hadn't been gone out to work and continued resting. He hadn't been gone out to work. More importantly, I'll say it again, but falling in love isn't allowed here. No, they just said you couldn't fall in love. So I'm sorry. What's that supposed to mean? Also, I'm a woman. I'm pretty sure they were just like, guys. And then that's also rude. What? So our Shinsengumi boys couldn't be gay? Rude. It's a rude condo. It's fucking rude. Just like I said, people in the Shinsengumi aren't allowed to fall in love. Well, that's sad. Huh? Yeah, I knew that. I didn't know the men in the Shinsengumi weren't allowed to fall in love. Didn't Kondo have a wife? Like, didn't he have a wife the whole fucking time? Like, somewhere in some other town with a daughter and shit? Like, can't fall in love. Excuse me, but no, I came into this situation like that. But why is it not allowed? It's so we don't leave any lingering attachments. We put our lives on the line when we fight. If we're scared to die, we can't fight properly. We have to fight thinking it's okay to die. If we had lovers, we'd compromise that mindset and want to live on for them. Oh. Well, I guess that kind of makes sense. After hearing Soji's words, I remembered the time I put bandages on Shinpachi's wounds. At one point I thought I was gonna die. But this was the first time I thought I couldn't let myself die. Yeah, but here's the thing. You should go into battle, but see, they need to change that thinking. Like, no, you should go into battle being fully prepared to die. You should go into battle knowing that there is a high chance that you are going to die, and you need to accept that. And that's just any war that you're, okay, just accept that this could be your last moment on Earth. But you should fight 10 times harder to not fucking die. You know what I mean? Like, you should be aware. Like, I am aware that I could die. But I'm sure as fuck gonna fight to stay alive, motherfucker, and walk the hell off this battlefield. Because then you'll fight harder to not die, not be like, I mean, I get Soji's point. Like, if we had lingering attachments, we wouldn't die for the Shinsengumi. Yeah, but, you think you'd fight harder to live. And somebody who has something to live for, it really depends on the person. Some people are like, nah, I got nothing to live for, fuck it, just go full steam ahead and just like, you know, strap some grenades on themselves and throw themselves in the fray. I guess, I don't know. But you'd think if you had something to live for, you know, yeah, I guess you could say that they would just, but then they would just turn tail, run, or hide and not fight and avoid when they're, it's like, yeah, but you've got to trust that your boys, your Shinsengumi boys are like, no, this is my job, motherfucker, and I take it seriously. No cowards allowed. You know? Look, there's a proper way to motivate troops. I don't know what it is, but no, you can't be happy ever. Well, sure, then I might go into battle being willing to die, but am I really going to fight that hard? I mean, alright, I guess. I got nothing to live for. Kondo told me everything about me sucks, so I guess stab me, whatever. I'm not going to try as hard to kick ass and walk out of there. I'm just saying, I don't know. Different people are motivated by different things. Not everyone is motivated by, no, your life is worthless unless you die for us. I mean, okay, I guess, just walk right and get stabbed and be done with it. Seems to me like that would just be worse than someone being like, no, fuck you, I want to go back home to my wife and kids. I'm just saying. Anyway. Well, this was the first time I thought I couldn't let myself die. Huh? Why? I wonder. I can't say it right now. Shinpachi looked sad after saying that. Could it be... Is Shinpachi in love? Wait, why did you say that? Well, looking at you two, that thought just came to me. Don't get me wrong, I'm not against people falling in love. Well then, see ya. Soji smiled as he left us. I'm not against people falling in love, I just like to tell them that they're not allowed to. Shinpachi was deep in thought. He didn't say a word. Shinpachi has been quiet for a while now. Should I talk to him? Ask me if he's okay. Well, it might have been good. I don't know. I don't know where we were at before that. I was worried about Shinpachi as he stayed silent, so I called out to him. Shinpachi, are you okay? Oh, yeah, I'm fine. I was just thinking to myself. Shinpachi was really deep in his thoughts. It was like he wasn't 100% there. This is the first time I've seen him so caught up in his thoughts. This is the first time I actually realized he might actually have thoughts. And not just be a himbo. Huh. I wonder what he's so worried about. I guess he really is in love with someone. When I thought that, it felt like someone stabbed me in the heart. She is such a fucking moron. I understand, like, wait. Oh, wait, is he in love with someone? Why would you say that? I looked at you two and I just thought about it. Huh. Gee, he's in love with someone else. That makes me sad. I'm still... She's dumb. Shinpachi let out a deep sigh as he continued thinking. Then when he turned to me, he smiled like always. Sorry, it's not like me to think so hard like that. Yeah. No, that's not... Well, see ya. He smiled as he said his farewell. He returned to his room. He's got to go cry. As I watched him leave, it looked like he was drifting into his thoughts again. I want to help Shinpachi with his worries, but if he's worrying about his love life, could I even be of help to him? Oh, God, girl. Honestly, my heart was in pain just thinking about him being with another woman. Once again, my feelings for Shinpachi had been confirmed. God, she's so stupid. I'm in love with Shinpachi. I realized my sprouting feelings. My chest was hot, but at the same time it hurt. Shinsengumi aren't allowed to fall in love. I understand this should hurt you, but not... He's in love with another woman. Ah, dumbass. Soji's words echoed in my mind over and over again. That night, I couldn't sleep. I was engrossed in thought as I lay down in bed. Every fucking night. My feelings for Shinpachi grew stronger, and I didn't know what to do about it. I wanted to tell him my feelings, but the Shinsengumi weren't allowed to fall in love. Can't believe I fell in love with Shinpachi without knowing it. What should I do about these feelings? Go to his room and seduce him. Confess them. Yeah. My feelings finally sprouted. I can't just ignore them. I love you, Shinpachi. I mumbled those words as if I was verifying my feelings. I made up my mind. I would tell him how I felt. I thought I'm like, really? No, I meant confess them, not out loud to yourself, but, I mean, sure. There was no way I could clear up my feelings thinking like that. I need to go to sleep early. I don't want my feelings to intervene with my work. I tried to force myself to sleep, but when I closed my eyes... Spacey? Someone was calling for me at my door. It was a very familiar voice. That's... Shinpachi? I love that voice. I'm going to assume it's him, but... He's like, Sanosuke? And he's like, God damn! No, I'm just kidding. It's Shinpachi. There's no doubt about it. Yeah, it's me. Can you open the door? My heart pounded because Shinpachi came to visit me. I slowly opened the door. He calmly... Shinpachi calmly stood there. I just hate that Shinpachi 5 million times, but... Shinpachi... Sorry for coming at a time like this. I just needed to see your face. Aw, that's kind of sweet, though. Huh? Can I come in? I don't know. Are you gonna make love to me now? 'Cause... Do I have to read this? Yes, I do. Yes, he is. Yes, be my guest. I invited Shinpachi in. He didn't look like his usual self. Suddenly, something surprising happened. It was out of the blue. Kiss? Oh, hugging. Intensely. Shinpachi embraced me. He held me tight with great force. Shinpachi? I didn't understand why this was happening, but my face and my entire body were burning hot. I couldn't help it because Shinpachi was hugging me. Even if it's not allowed, it's too late to keep my feelings inside. When I was at Ikedaya, I thought I couldn't diet. Ikeda, yeah, whatever. I wish I could continue living with you. Shinpachi... He slowly put both of his hands on my face and looked deep into my eyes. Sorry for saying all this all of a sudden, but I can't keep my feelings in anymore. I love you, Spacey. Will you stay by my side? I couldn't hide my joy at hearing his unexpected confession. My heart was throbbing uncontrollably. I felt like I was going to cry at any moment. Yes, me too. I love you too. Please let me be by your side. Shinpachi looked relieved and laughed with joy after hearing my answer. He kept looking into my eyes and put his face closer. He slowly laid his lips atop mine. We desired each other. We kept exchanging long and deep kisses. We desired each other. That is just the weirdest fucking way to phrase that. It's not even like clinical, but it is just awkward AF. As my body felt like it was melting, Shinpachi laid me down on the floor. I never forgot that passionate night. I was connected and united with my beloved. Is that really how it goes? I was like, really? That's it? I could read this. This is not like, but frickin' Saito's was like, oh God. Embracing Shinpachi's bare body, I wish we could be like this forever. Seriously, that's how it happened? That's how we got laid? Like, I can handle that. Like, I can handle reading that. But like the moaning and, oh, and then he touched me, and then his fingers were, oh God, good Lord, please don't. I'm the leader of the Shinsengumi first and a human second. After the Ikedaya incident, the Shinsengumi was left without work for some time. The incident became a trigger that set off those in favor of the emperor. I heard from the landlord that the Aizu domain and the Choshu domain were at war. The battle was so huge that street fights were breaking out even in Kyoto. The Shinsengumi, who were part of the Aizu domain, participated in the fight as well. Spacey, be careful if and when you go outside. You'll be in a lot of trouble if you get caught up in the battle. Okay, I understand. I answered partly absent-minded. When I thought about Shinpachi putting himself in danger again, I couldn't stay calm. In my head, I knew the members of the Shinsengumi go hand in hand with danger, but I couldn't hide my true feelings. Shinpachi, if it's possible, I don't want him to go into battle. I was so worried about Shinpachi. See, this is why Okita just said you're not supposed to fall in love, because you're like, I don't want him to go into battle. Look, he's going to have to, and you're going to have to suck it up and be aware that you're going to be a widow before you even get married. I let my shoulders drop and sighed. Then I heard a familiar voice. Spacey, what's wrong? Why'd you sigh like that? Shinpachi was standing there with his good old refreshing smile. Even though he was going to war, Shinpachi acted the same. He was kind as always. It felt so cruel. Does he even know I'm worried about him? Thinking that, I looked at him loathingly. What's wrong? You're going to fight after all, aren't you? I already knew, but I wanted to hear it from Shinpachi's mouth. He looked a little worried, but he nodded as refreshingly as ever. Yeah, of course. Today we're all headed to the battlefield. Hearing his words, my chest anguished in pain. Shinpachi's going to put his life in danger again. Is there a woman who wouldn't feel pain seeing their loved one leave for war? No. I couldn't. I can't bear the pain. Tormented and in pain, I bit my lip. Spacey, what's wrong? Should I tell him how I feel? Yes. Tell him, be honest. I don't want you to go into battle. What are you saying? I'm glad you're worried about me, but I'm going to fight. And that's what it means to be in the Shinsengumi. It's my duty. Please understand. He was unusually strict. I'd be like, I do understand. I'm just telling you I don't want you to go. I know you're going to go, but I don't have to like it. I could only stay quiet and nod my head. I held in my pain as I looked up at Shinpachi with a smile on my face. I'll make something good for you and wait. So, please come back safely. I'll be waiting for you. Spacey. Okay, got it. I promise I'll come back. Bad ending, he doesn't come back. Shinpachi pulled my shoulders in and hugged me. He probably does, but whatever. I felt his feelings from his embrace, because the passionate one is like, the super hot ending is basically like, oh, we getting touched all over the place. It's like another sex ending. And then the other one's like, I think we're maybe in love, are we? It's kind of like, yeah. You know, and then the bad ending is like, well, he's not dead, and like, maybe someday we'll be able to express our feelings, even though we kind of already have. So, like, at this point, the bad ending, the good ending, the super good ending, like, they're, you know, it doesn't make sense to be like, maybe someday I'll be able to admit I love him. We already have! So, like, there's no point in the bad ending unless it's, like, actually bad and he dies or some shit. Anyway. I felt his feelings from his embrace. Yeah, okay. I won't do anything to make you cry. Please don't worry. Believe in me and wait here. I can do my best knowing you're waiting for me. He looked at me with his gentle eyes. If he looks at me like that, all I can do is nod. I endured the pain in my chest and nodded. Okay, I'll be waiting. I believe in you. I'll believe in you and wait. That makes more sense. As he looked at me, Shinpachi nodded as well. His eyes reflected how much he believed in me. I wondered if Shinpachi would think of me even in battle. If he did, then I had to believe in him and wait for his return. I held in my tears and hugged Shinpachi with all my might, and then I waited, and waited, and waited, and waited, and never came back. That happened before the Shinsengumi left for battle. Isami came to visit Shinpachi and entered his quarters. I brought tea for them and tried to enter Shinpachi's room. When I put my hand on the door... I'm against it! Shinpachi's rough voice echoed in the hallway. My hand stopped. Shinpachi? Even though there was a door between us, I could feel the tension in the air. If we use cannons, Kyoto will be burned to the ground. We might end up killing hundreds of civilians. Do you understand that simple fact? I do. What? You understand that, but you're still ordering me to fire cannons? There are too many Choshu soldiers this time. We can't afford to cross swords with them. We can't fight like we always have. Please understand. The fires might break out in Kyoto because of the cannons, but this is to protect the country. I mean, sometimes sacrifices. That's why those people have to live with that on their conscience for eternity, or until they get hit by a cannonball. I don't know, whatever, but, like, those are things you're like, I would not want to be the person making that decision. That's stupid! I won't be swayed by those words! From the conversation, I gathered that Asami ordered Shinpachi to use cannons. It's funny that we should be calling it... Did you just poop on my fucking couch? Look at me. Look at me. The fuck did you just do? Yeah, you just pooped on my fucking couch. Just not where we poop. We don't poop on the fucking couch. You poop over the side onto the puppy pads. I gotta go clean up your poops, you jerk. That was you. That's a you poop. That's not a little bird poop. That's a you poop. I heard you. I heard you make your squeaky noise. Did you make a squeaky poop noise? I know it. It's squeak. Eek. And then you poop. I know what your poop noise is. I got you pegged. You little bastard. You're so cute, though. Sorry. Bird time. Anyway. However worried about Kyoto's safety, Shinpachi continued to argue against it. Yeah, no, okay, and I was going on to the... Like, okay, you call it Shinpachi, Sanosuke, whatever, but you should really actually, in this case, be calling him Kondo, because you're not on a first-name basis with him, girl. You are not anywhere... No, it's weird. It was silent for a while, and then Asami spoke. I'm a human being, too. I understand your feelings and what you're thinking. Unfortunately, my priorities lie in being the leader of the Shinsengumi. As long as I'm the leader, I must lead us to victory. This isn't just for the Shinsengumi. I'm responsible for many lives. We cannot lose. But you have no right to argue. As long as you're in the Shinsengumi, you'll follow my orders. Well, then maybe I'm gonna leave the Shinsengumi, Dad. What did you do when I love you? Even though he spoke softly, Asami's words had an unbreakable strength to them. I felt as if each of his words was filled with his resolute beliefs. What you doing? No, don't chew in the microphone. We know what you're going for. Nobody wants to hear you. Not unless we need bird chirpies. I couldn't see inside the room, but can you hear him chatting at me sometimes? Every once in a while, do you hear him? What you doing? Can you talk and say hello? Yeah, with the birdie giving kisses. He's so good. I couldn't see inside the room. Every time I try to talk, he makes little, like, noises, and I just can't help it. I'm sorry, I'm laughing too much. He's literally sitting with his face, like, in my face, so you can hear him, I'm sure. I couldn't see inside the room, but I imagined Shinpachi with his head low. Shinpachi... It happened as I sympathized for Shinpachi. The door opened right in front of my eyes. I'd be like, I was just about to open the door! Isami was standing in front of me, trying to leave the room. He was taken aback, but soon regained his cool. He then spoke. Oh, it's you. What did you think after hearing our conversation? Hold that smug look. What? You're a citizen of Kyoto. I want to hear your opinion. Is he talking about how I feel about gaining victory by using cannons in Kyoto? I'm sure that's what he's asking. Isami is for the cannons, and Jinpachi is against the cannons. I think you shouldn't use the cannons. Well, okay, first of all, I understand you're trying to protect all of Japan, right? Like, great, I get it. But also, this is my hometown and I don't want to fucking die. So, like, if you could do shit that would not cause me to probably die, that'd be great. That'd be great. If you say you're protecting the country, then I want you to protect Kyoto as well. If you can't save Kyoto, I don't think you'll be able to protect this country. I don't think you should use the cannons. I don't know if we actually got points for that or not, but... After hearing my answer, I saw Shinpachi nod in agreement. So that's your opinion. Got it. Isami kept his words short and left. As I saw him leave, Shinpachi called to me from his room. So you heard, huh, Spacey? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to eavesdrop, but... I looked at the tea I'd failed to serve them. No, you don't need to apologize. I'm sure you learned more about the Shinsengumi. It's just like Captain Kondo said. I have to prioritize being a warrior over my humanity. I have to be a Shinsengumi soldier. But I can't do it. I just don't think anything is forgivable just to win a battle. I don't think anything is forgivable just to win a battle. Okay. Shinpachi's face was full of distress. I was in pain seeing him like that. I wanted to help him, but there was nothing I could do. I felt powerless. But Bird, you cannot put your head under my chin. You're gonna get booped when I talk. Thus, Isami led the Shinsengumi to the battlefield at the Imperial Palace in Kyoto. I saw Shinpachi off and kept watching until I couldn't see him any longer. God, please allow Shinpachi and the Shinsengumi to return home safely. After Shinpachi and the others went to battle, I busied myself with work inside the base. If I didn't, I wouldn't have been able to keep my worries at bay. I thought I should tidy up the base for Shinpachi and the other soldiers' return. I remembered the conversation Shinpachi and I had before he left. I told him I'd make something good and wait. He smiled with such joy when I told him that. Remembering our conversation, I went to buy ingredients for dinner. I'll make Shinpachi's favorite. That way he'll be happy when he gets back. Be careful going out. We're gonna get stuck in the middle of battle. I left the base and went to the store. While I chose ingredients for the meal I was going to make, I heard something that sounded like an explosion somewhere far in the distance. What was that sound just now? It was a faint and far-off explosion, but my anxiety started to churn. Was that the sound of cannons firing? So yeah, remember in Saito's route we went, no, don't fire the cannons! And he's like, yeah, you're right, I shouldn't. And then that was how we got the good ending. Like, you know what I mean? Is that what's going to happen here? In the back of my head, I remembered Isami and Shinpachi's conversation. Did Shinpachi's regime fire cannons at Kyoto? I was anxious and my heart beat faster. Don't go there. There's no way Shinpachi would do that. He was so against firing the cannons, but he was ordered to. And he still went, so I'm just saying he probably did. I couldn't just stand there, so I ran toward the sound of cannons firing. Stupidest fucking thing you've ever done. I couldn't calm down unless I saw with my own 2 eyes that Kyoto was safe. It's not. After running for a while, I turned a corner with many stores lined up. I saw the thing I had feared the most. There were crimson flames rising upward. The city I knew so well was in a sea of flames. I saw the scenery I knew so well burn. I stood there dumbfounded. Bird, you smell like peanut butter? And it's a little overpowering. Because I had peanut butter before and I gave him peanut butter, so I can just smell the peanut butter wafting off his face. I thought the cannons Shinpachi fired could have caused the flames. I felt dizzy and everything before me began to shake. It was so cute. However, the screams from the townspeople rang in my eyes. Rang in my eyes? I think she meant ears, but when I came back to my senses, I saw that the flames were right next to me. I turned around in a panic and tried to run back the way I came. I tripped on my own feet and fell flat on my face. I'm sorry. It was just, I fell on my face. I tripped on my own feet and I fell on my face. I just realized that, like, just lulling myself here. And I'm like, great. So we're like reading this with absolutely no enthusiasm whatsoever. And if we're having a panic, we should be panicking, so. Ah! My sandal fell off because of my fall. It landed far away from me. No! I'm sorry, now I'm being overdramatic. Those shoes hold precious memories of Shinpachi. I can't lose them. I went to pick up my shoe. It landed near a street the flames were closing in on. When I picked up my shoe and felt relieved, the flames that were far off were now right in front of me and spreading fast. Eek! I got out of the way of the flying sparks. In the next moment, a burning piece of wood was falling right above my head. No, no one's gonna help me? Okay. I put both of my hands on my head and knelt down. I prepared myself as I was about to be covered in flames. Look out! Someone grabbed me with great force. I'm sure it was Shinpachi, but the person lifted me up and put something over me to protect me from the embers. My body and face were covered by something. I could only see black. However, I could clearly hear the flames rising as well as the screaming townspeople. I could tell the person holding me was running at full speed to leave that place. I couldn't see him as I was still covered. Nevertheless, I knew who it was. I called the name of the person who saved me. Soji? Come on! Shinpachi? After I called his name, he replied in a warm voice. Yeah. He then took off the cloth that covered me. The cloth? The cloth. Wow. As he took off the cloth, I saw the scenery of Kyoto that I knew so well. The person who saved me looked down at me, worried. Spacey, are you okay? Shinpachi, yeah, I'm fine. That's great to hear. After he heard I was fine, Shinpachi slowly let me down. Shinpachi, that fire... I was scared to ask, but I asked him the cause of the fire. That fire wasn't caused by the Shinsengumi. I argued with Captain Kondo until the bitter end. We didn't fire any cannons. The Choshu set fire as they ran away. Fire's burning Kyoto beyond belief. He said those words with a painful expression on his face. Shinpachi looked mortified. Looking at him, my chest felt like it was being squeezed. I can't let this continue. I have to go back and put out those flames. Spacey, go back to the base, okay? Oh, Shinpachi. What is it? There was something I had to tell Shinpachi. I love you? Thanks for saving me? Oh, God. Make amends with Kondo. No. Thanks for saving me? Or I love you? I feel like I love you is better. I don't know where we were. Ooh, I don't think... Was that bad? I think that was bad. Shinpachi, I love you. I smiled as I told him. Shinpachi was surprised and turned red. I think we might have lost points for that. Really? Huh. I think we did, because I think we were over... I thought we were at 60... Over 68 points. I should have checked before that. Oh, I think we lost points. Wow. Really? Huh. I guess thanks for saving me might have been right. I don't know, anyway. What's with you all of a sudden? I'm happy, but... Shinpachi started laughing and pet me on the head. Thanks for worrying about me. It's natural to do that. Oh yeah, I feel relieved after cuddling with you like that. Well then, I'm off. Shinpachi went down the street we came from. I prayed for Shinpachi's safety and the fire to settle down quickly. After Shinpachi saved me from the fire, I went back to the base alone. The landlord was happy I was safe, and I apologized for making her worry. She told me to take a rest as soon as I could. I did as she said and went back to my room to rest. However, when I returned to my room, I felt the stares of the returning soldiers all focused on me. Then the soldiers that passed by me gave me a suspicious look. What happened, everyone? Did I do something? Feeling anxious, I went to the nearest soldier and... asked him what happened? Okay. What happened? I asked the soldier who was staring straight at me. He looked a little panicked and started to shake his head. Nothing really. Even though he said it was nothing, his stare was as cold as ice. It was uncomfortable and I felt depressed. I thought I was overthinking it, but in reality everyone was acting differently. I started to feel anxious for some unknown reason. Chapter 7, forgive me. Is that like the bad ending? No, okay, hold on. We're only at 70%, but... Chapter 7, yes, okay. Let's go to the title screen, because it's probably where we're going to end it anyway. Yeah, okay. No, that's not what I want! Damn it! I always click the prologue instead of start. Damn it, I did this once before. I did it before, too. Yeah, no, we have chapter 7 and... Okay. So I'm going to stop here, and we will finish... We'll do chapter 7 and get one of our endings in the next part. This is actually perfect timing. So it'll probably be a shorter part. You know what I mean? But we could probably do chapter 7, get our ending, and then do the other two endings. But since we did it with Saito, we had 2 parts. We had our ending, yay, and then we did the CG, and then we did the other endings. That's what we'll do. So, like, everyone will be, like, 4 parts, you know, instead of, like, cramming them into 3. So we'll have 2 shorter parts. Because now I'm not stupid, and I can just go to chapter 7 skip through to get our bad ending, and I don't have to go through the whole damn thing. Because I'm like an idiot. I'm like, duh, why did I go through and choose all the bad? So it won't take as long to do, like, if we get the best ending. If we get the best ending, great. It'll be easy to get the bad ending, and it'll kind of be easy to get the okay ending, because we'll just start at, like, chapter 5 or something and get, like, whatever, you know, so. Anyway, we'll get our first ending in the next part, so I will see you guys next time. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe to see more.